The last few days had been fun. They woke up together, got ready together, had breakfast together, found adventures together, had lunch together, laughed together, made fun of each other, stole kisses and teased each other over dinner. They found ways to make each other nervous and excited and happy. They did things to each other when they thought that the other one wasn't looking, but it only made them more thrilled upon discovering it. She filled her first sketchbook whenever he was asleep, somehow getting him in the dark by the light of her phone. She had enough light to see his form in bed, then put it down on paper, but still capturing enough moonlight to make the drawing realistic. He only knew she was doing it when she stated that she needed a new pad because the other one was full. He had only ever seen her draw him when they were out, and when he snatched up the book despite her instances of him not peeking, he found himself on every page, filling both sides. The poses ranged from innocent to a hard-on he had in his sleep. Because she stayed up at random hours of the night, he would wake up before her, a common thing being a morning person, and just stare at her asleep. His fingers always ended up floating out to touch her cheek, the exposed part of her neck, through a tendril of hair in her face. It always brought tears to his eyes at how much he loved her, and he woke her a few times with his touch, getting immediate cuddles whenever she found out why he was doing what he did. During the break of dawn, when half of the trip was over, he wondered how things would have went if he never invited her to go. If he assured her that his birthday party could happen at a later date and left her in Paris. If he left her in the hotel and did the meetings while she remained cloistered away inside. If he let her go out and explore while he was gone and met her at the room later. If she kept such a grip on her feelings that she never confessed to him when he found her on the balcony that night. If the epiphany had never had come to her because she was so focused on doing her job and not messing it up. So many things that could have never led to this feeling, which had encompassed him for the entire time they had together, to such a degree of happiness which he had never known with another woman, let alone another human being. Words of love were becoming trivial, and there wasn't any other way to express himself so she could understand. Making her feel amazing was only a pitiful degree. He wanted to shout from the top of the many cathedrals of his love for her, how much she had given him by being in his arms, by having someone interesting to talk to, by allowing him to give his emotions to someone he trusted. He would never have a family, never have parents he loved to the degree which he felt for her. That made her so much more important than almost any person he knew, and he would consider her for so many things in the future, which he knew he would never do had she never thrown away her previous relationship to bet on him and theirs. He wished the moments of such deep emotion and her blue eyes full of love wouldn't end and they didn't have to go back home. But the dawn of the last morning here was rising without his okay. He wanted to stop time, with her sleeping away at his side, with his head propped up on his arm over the pillow, with his fingers tracing the curve of her back so lightly so he didn't wake her up. He had caught her trying to draw him again about 1 this morning, and she didn't finish until almost 2. She was tired and he didn't want her waking up cranky. Not on the last day they had here together.